Hello, guys. Welcome back to No For Real podcast. This is Yasmeen.
And this is Thuraya. Welcome back.
Welcome back. How are you?
I'm really good today and every day.
Thank you, Lord.
We were just saying life is hard like 5 minutes
Yeah,
ago.
yeah. But who's gonna complain?
But that's not new information. So
Yeah, it's fine.
I'm good. Alhamdulillah.
Alhamdulillah, actually. Very,
Yeah.
very alhamdulillah.
And you too?
Very good, alhamdulillah. Just chilling and going with life day by day.
Honestly, for me, it feels like the last time I talked to you was last month.
Because you went
I
on a little
traveled,
trip.
Yes.
And
was
it
a
feels
really short
like-
trip.
Yeah.
So me and Ali been wanting to go to Fresno and visit my sister so we can actually go and hike together in Yosemite Park. So that's what happened. We finally did it. Tuta been living there for 2 years.
Yeah.
You know? Ali did it once when she first moved.
Yeah.
And now I'm just going. Anyway, it was a 7-hour, 8-hour trip. Like, it's not a short trip from Houston to Fresno. If I go to Mexico, it's closer. If I go like to Florida, it's closer. If I go to New York, it's closer, you know? It was a long trip, in my opinion, just going from Houston to Fresno. But we had to stop in Dallas. There is no non-stop flights between Houston and Fresno. But there is here to Dallas and
Is
then
the
Dallas
wait
to there.
time? Is the wait time a long time between the flights, or
No,
is that why?
the first one was an hour, and the second on the way back was 3 hours, but we cut it short. We did a little bit of change in a flight time,
Okay.
and we were able to come faster. But yeah, it's still like 1 hour from here to Dallas, but of course you're not 1 hour. You're at the airport for 3-4 hours.
Yeah,
you know,
so it
and
feels
then
like
the other
forever.
one is like 3 hours and 30 minutes from Dallas to Fresno. And it's really nice, honestly, because they have like small airport. It's like a countryside city, you know?
Yeah.
It's just now developing. Like everything is new, super clean, surrounded by farms, and I think they're known for farming. Like the city is known for having farmers and medical schools. So and hospitals, like they have good medical hospitals and schools for training and farming. That's what the city is actually known for. And yeah, the hike was really nice. We arrived at Tuta like midnight. She picked us up at 1 a.m.
Oh my God.
Yes, we went to bed at like 2:30 a.m. and then we woke up at like 8 a.m.
Oh,
we
it
got
was
ready.
booked and busy.
Yes,
Yeah.
booked and busy, exactly. We got ready, and then the drive from her house to Yosemite was like 2 hours and 30 minutes till we got like to the stopping point that we wanted to start our hike.
Yeah.
And it was absolutely nice. The whole drive, like exiting Fresno, the city that my sister lives in, mostly you just see flat land, but it's like farms, you know, flat lands of farming. And it's beautiful, honestly. It's all green. They just had, you know, rain. So it's just lively, green, spring, beautiful farms,
The
honestly.
best thing ever, yeah.
And then the minute you start getting closer to Yosemite Park, it's all hills, mountains, and trees, and everything looks unreal. Pictures do not do justice. Videos do not do justice. When I say, like, when I later look at the video and I'm looking at it, I'm like, what is this? I cannot capture what I'm looking at.
Yeah.
Like, it's amazing. Honestly, I love nature. Like, what I appreciate in this life the most, even when I'm traveling to the craziest buildings, is nature. What gets me, it's like breathtaking, honestly.
The pictures, like, I know you're saying it doesn't give it justice,
Does it does not.
but I was amazed. The waterfall looked unreal.
Yeah.
It looked super saturated. Everything was like, it looked very, very beautiful. So I could
so
only imagine
beautiful.
how much more beautiful it is
So
in real life.
beautiful. The whole drive, like, I think we drove 1 hour inside the park till we got to where we want to start our hike.
Yeah.
It was amazing. Like, you're going up the hill and you look at the mountains. It's just beautiful, guys. It's amazing, honestly. And I wanted to see a bear, but I didn't. So
You did not see a bear?
no, I did not see a bear. I saw one. Never mind. I forgot what it's called. I really
Arabic,
forgot in
maybe?
both languages. It's gone.
Was
Oh,
it
one
big?
deer. One
Oh.
deer.
Oh, I love
Yeah,
deers.
just
They're so
one,
beautiful.
one for like a split second.
They're so beautiful.
I saw a lot of birds, big birds.
Oh, the scenery. I'm just imagining the mountains, the water, and then big birds like just flying.
Exactly.
Lordy Lord.
Exactly. It's like huge eagles or something. Like the bird looks as big as chicken.
So basically everything there is just big, and you just feel
Big.
like, what's
You
this
feel
called? That
tiny.
what is that? The Alice in
Alice in
the
Wonderland?
Yes.
Yeah, close.
Is that the feeling?
No.
I'm just imagining the trees to give you that feeling. I don't know why.
It's not just the trees. Like in Yosemite is the mountains
Yeah.
and there is a dome kind of looking like mountain at the in Yosemite. So
Yeah.
it's called like the dome or something like that. Dome, half dome, something like that.
Yeah.
We could have gone up, but it was closed because it rained so much. But
Yeah.
like it's just the whole scenery is not just a tree; it's a combination. Like I can't just point at one thing and tell you it was that thing. It's the whole thing,
Yeah.
all of it together in one place. It's a beautiful park.
It looks
I
so
did not
beautiful.
feel anything in my 8-mile hike. Like seriously, just the last 30 minutes, just because I know it was ending. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? When you know something is ending, you feel the tiredness. But when you are doing it, it's
You're
like
just amazed by
beautiful.
everything.
Oh
Yeah.
my God, it was beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. I love it. I didn't think that I was gonna like it that much.
Yeah.
But I'm not surprised that I liked it that much as well.
cute.
Like it's beautiful and it's really worth the hype. I see why it's a very big thing. Like it's a huge park. Like it is huge.
Yeah. What did you see a lot of insects? Like the cute ones. I'm not talking about all of them are cute. But like
Everything. But like, did I pay attention? No. I saw butterflies, like purple butterflies, tiny ones. What else did I see? I was just like also touching the trees. I'm loving them.
yeah, it's probably whatever that is big took so much away from your attention to the small things. You were just amazed by.
Yes, honestly. In Yosemite, it was the mountains. Like that's what we did on the first day during
Yeah.
our hike. The mountains, the waterfalls,
Yeah.
the trees, the whole environment. Because we went inside the park, like into the mountains,
Yeah.
basically in like our trail was flooded. So
Oh.
we had to really climb up the mountains and do inside the trees and stuff for us to finish it because it's a whole mile of a flood.
Did you take videos?
Yeah, I have videos.
Okay.
Yeah. But it's also really hard. I was using both hands and a stick, to be able to
Yeah,
climb. It
that's-
wasn't just like, oh, I'm enjoying. No, it was if I like mess up in this, I'm falling and I'm hurting my body. So it was a little bit scary for a whole mile. But we really just wanted to challenge. We were like, okay, I mean, it's meant for us today. We either go back or we finish actually the whole trail, like that we wanted to do the whole hike miles. So we just decided to do it. And we were probably me, my sister, and my brother, and probably 2 other people only who did that. So it was fun. It was really fun. It was worth it. Everything was worth it, honestly.
That's cute.
Yeah. It was a really nice adventure. And then the second day, we also woke up a little bit early and we went to an area called Sequoia. Amazing trees. That was the one with the big trees. Like, I think the biggest tree in this world called General Sherman, and it was there. Like that's the biggest
Yeah, you're
park.
telling me.
It's called Sequoia, and the Sequoia trees are the trees that are big. They're called Sequoia trees.
Yeah.
Huge. Like it's unexplainable. Like I've
Did you
never
go?
seen something.
Did you go through them?
I went and touched them because it was insane. We went to through
Yeah,
them.
yeah.
Like there was one, like there are two big ones, and there's something in between them. You know, it's
Yeah.
insane. Honestly, insane, crazy. Like I've never seen that big of a trees. Like
Yeah.
what? I hugged one because it was so big. I just wanted to see my size, and I told my sister to film me. I'm just gonna go through all this content. I've been super busy. Honestly, we just got back yesterday. The day before yesterday at midnight. So yesterday was my first full day here, and the house was filthy. So I was cleaning and doing things, organizing stuff, and I had some work, and I still have work today, but we keep it going. So I'll go through the pictures. Honestly, it's all in my head though. It's still fresh memories. I just got back. So like I can tell you it's beautiful and it's worth seeing at least once in your life. And like amazing. God's nature is crazy. And the big trees, you actually can pet them and touch them. And it feels like a pet. I swear. It feels like fiber hairs. I was so surprised. I've never touched something that like it has a special feeling.
Do you think, well, what I'm thinking, it might be like fungus that is on top of it?
No, it's like,
or it's the actual, I'm just confused.
It feels like something very light. Like you can, it's like, it feels hollow. Like and you touch it, it's like fibers, very soft tree. Like you touch normal trees, they feel like wood. This did not.
Yeah, it would be like rough. Yeah.
Yeah, it feels like there's some fiber on top of it. It feels super soft.
I wonder if that's
you
the
have
reason
to go and touch it and
why
understand.
they survive that long.
Yeah, so the outside layer is always a dead layer, but the sequoia trees are one of like the trees that actually age.
Yeah.
So the known tree that is the largest tree in the world, I think it was 2000 something years old.
Yeah.
But they think that there are still surviving older trees that they have not seen and discovered yet.
Yeah.
But those trees are known to last,
Yeah.
So they have one recorded and they have it named as General Sherman. That's her name. That's the name of the tree.
I can't wait to meet you.
Honestly,
General
there was a
Sherman.
huge line to take pictures with General Sherman tree. And then me and Ali and Tabarak found a way where we can stand on the side way and still get her name and her. So we don't need to stand
would
the
you
line.
stand in line? And nobody else figured that out?
People figured that out.
Okay,
They
right
looked at
after.
us and they're like, oh, okay.
Let's just do what they're doing.
Yeah, exactly. Because it was a long line. And we went during the week and it was busy. And it's all foreigners. Like both parks that I went to, Yosemite was all foreigners. And the Sequoia Park was all foreigners.
I hate how, as humans, everywhere we go, with nature is just like an open, beautiful space that you should enjoy, and they still make a line out of something. You know what I mean? I don't think we can all survive, as in like all of us being surrounding one element in nature, without making like some rules and orders. Like we have to.
Yeah.
I hate that.
Yeah. And actually they have like, not all trees you can touch. Some of the trees that are there you can touch and do whatever you want. But then they have a trail that you walk on.
Mm-hmm. So you cannot like pass.
Other things. Yes.
I respect that though, because like as I said, humans, we sometimes make stupid decisions.
Yeah. And there are areas where you're not supposed to walk because you're gonna cause like some other things to move, and kill things that are already living there. So I appreciate that.
Yeah.
You need to walk on your trail. You gotta appreciate.
There is a road for a reason.
Yeah. It's beautiful, honestly. I just like it. The whole trip, like I walked what I walk in a month here in just 2 days. But it was
you walk a lot, but like I see your point. Yeah,
it was a lot of walking.
Yeah, for one day, like 8 miles, that's crazy.
Yeah, and the second day, I think we did like 3 miles.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's beautiful.
It's just things that are beautiful. I've never seen things like this, so it's just It's a beautiful 2 days. It took me out of the world. Like I was in nature, surrounded by nature. I look left, up, right,
Everything
down.
is,
Everything is nature. Beautiful. I try to take pictures and show you guys. I'll try my best, but
she was in the moment,
yeah, I was in the moment.
and that's more important, honestly.
I swear
because
to
you
God,
need that.
I did forget to capture a lot of things.
That's good.
I was like, I'm enjoying this. Like
that's when you know you
and
really
honestly,
enjoyed
it's
it.
because
Yeah.
when I first got there, I was capturing everything, but then I look at nature, I'm like, I'm not being able to capture this. Like
Yeah.
it's uncapturable.
It's
beautiful.
unreal. Like it shouldn't be
you
in a
can't capture
picture.
It's not.
Yeah.
No, it has to be seen in real life. Like
Yeah.
even with the waterfall, like you can feel the water. You know?
I'm telling you, like if you go to Thuraya's Instagram and you see it, it looks unreal.
Unreal.
Photoshopped. Like
Exactly.
literally.
Like I was there, standing there, and I was like, this looks photoshopped.
Yeah.
And I was there.
It looks weird.
Like no Photoshop needed. Like it's already crazy. It's already kind of unbelievable that it exists.
Yeah.
Like honestly, for like I think 2 minutes, I thought about, wow, I'm so lucky I'm here. And some parts of the world, like all they see is a gray.
Yeah.
And I was like, the world is really unfair,
It is very.
I thought about that for like 2-3 minutes during my hike.
Yeah.
And it's just sad, but anyway, I enjoyed it. It was beautiful, and I feel like it's worth going at least once in your lifetime.
Yeah, I'm going at some point to meet.
We should
the
appreciate
tree.
the parks here in the United States, to be
Yeah.
honest with you, because it's
That's
definitely
the
worth
only.
seeing.
That's the only thing that I appreciate
The
though here.
nature.
To be honest,
The nature is
I was
beautiful.
telling you the other day that North Carolina was beautiful.
Yes.
Like nature, it was beautiful, but the state was very boring. To be honest, here I feel like we don't have as much here in
Yeah.
Houston.
Yeah.
But there are other things that are natural that we can.
We're able
also
to go to
appreciate.
other states from Houston. Thank God we have an international airport that you can actually go to the bigger places that are known to have big parks and amazing nature, because the big parks here in the States, like after like going to Yosemite and Sequoia, I was like, oh yeah, now sign me up for all the parks, to be honest with you, because it's definitely worth seeing. It's beautiful nature. When people talk about American parks, they are amazing.
Yeah.
It's it's nowhere else but here, it's nature.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
How about you? How was your week?
Okay, that was
good.
very.
That was
no,
very not good.
No. You surprised me with the question. I'm still thinking about Yosemite.
Oh, she's like, shit. You cut my thoughts about the nature and the pictures. Okay,
yeah, I'm like imagining.
Gotcha.
It was good. It was pretty fun, really.
Okay.
Nice. This weekend I challenged myself to go out and about and have fun and do a lot of things.
Yeah.
So
Not
it
be a
was
home
yeah.
Nice.
I really enjoy being at home
Doing your
and
thing.
doing my thing, but I guess that leads to our title today, to our topic. We are going to be talking about loner versus lonely.
Yeah.
I'm a big loner. Like I enjoy my own company. I love to stay by myself. But there are parts in my life that it gets unhealthy a little bit.
Yeah.
Where I need to socialize, I need to get out, I need to, communicate with people more. So it was,
I'm the same way, by the way.
Yeah.
I'm definitely a loner. I like to have my alone time. And if I don't have it, I get sick.
Yeah.
Literally. Like I don't become myself.
Yeah, I literally like
I have to step away
charge.
and be
Yeah, I have to charge. I get so overstimulated from being around people for too long, So I'm like, I need to go home. I need to be by myself. I need to be me 100%.
Yeah.
Even though I try to be me 100% with people, but like that's impossible,
No, you
sometimes
cannot be 100%
sometimes you're either like a little bit shy, you don't want to talk, you're just a bit mad, you don't want to be there for some reason. But
it's not the same when you're alone.
Yeah,
Never.
100%.
Yeah.
The closest person to you you're still gonna be different a little bit
when you're alone,
when you're with them and versus when you're alone. So I went to actually Dina's birthday. We brought Dina in the podcast. So happy birthday again.
Yes, happy birthday.
It was fun. We had a lot of fun, and we were just chilling, Iraqi girls, you know.
She met new people.
I met new people. Very, very nice. I loved it. We had a lot of fun. And then yesterday, my friend invited me to an art and fashion design exhibition. So I also went there. It was very, very nice. The whole fashion design idea was very rough. Like it was sketches on the wall and like dirty fabrics, and you know what I mean? It was like you could see the whole process, and I love that. I love when you have an exhibition with the full process, not just like the beautiful final element, you know? Because you could really see how authentic the whole thing was. And it says a lot about the artist, so it was very, very beautiful. We had a lot of fun, and I love to go to places like that because I could literally go out on my outfits and not feel like I'm judged at all.
Honestly, I don't think you should care being judged about your outfit. You're always gonna be either
but
underdressed
sometimes,
or overdressed. But people do judge. People judge.
But I'm not talking about like I'm saying like if I would want to wear whatever outfit and go to a certain places, I'm not gonna care. But I'm still deep down gonna feel people are gonna be looking and giving me looks. You know what I mean? And it just makes you feel uncomfortable, no matter how confident you are of what you're wearing. You're still gonna
when
feel
you're going to an event.
Yes.
That is related
to you're outfits. Expressing yourself 100%, and it's fine.
It's completely different.
It was fun. And then the people that are there, you know that you have similar ideas, you have, you know, like you can relate. So it was nice. And it was fun. That was my weekend. My week was just working, and that's it. And spending time with my family the whole week. I was sleeping over at my sister's, and it was fun.
I don't know. I want to talk about being lonely, though. I feel like I'm never a lonely person, you know?
Okay, wait. Because I have a question.
Yeah.
Define, and I'm going to do the same thing. Define what loner is and define what lonely is to you.
Okay. Loner, for me, is somebody who likes to spend time with themselves, even though they know that they have people that they can connect with and hang out with, and they'll be there for them if they want to spend time with them, you know? If they want to be with somebody, if they want to have a party with them to do things that they're doing. A lonely person, it could be surrounded by people, but they feel that they don't have anybody, even if they are surrounded by people. That's my definition of a loner and a lonely person.
Yeah.
So
to me, I would say the loner part, 100% agree with you. It is me loving my own company and knowing that I have other people around me that I can, you know, be with whenever I want to, but I still most of the time choose to be by myself because I enjoy my own company, right? But lonely is really when you feel like there isn't anyone
that cares for you,
or that listen to you. Sometimes people care for you, but they don't know how to listen to you, and they don't know where you're coming from.
Sometimes they know everything. They are doing their best. They are there, but you inside feel like there is no one that cares about you and thinks for you. You know what I mean? And spends time with you. Like you are a lonely person.
Not necessarily. I don't agree with care. In my definition, they can still care, but they don't know you enough to listen to you or understand what you are really needing in those times.
There are people who are truly lonely. It's a feeling, it's a fact. They are lonely. Yes, I totally agree.
Yeah, but I'm saying, like, I don't think we're still not on the same page.
What?
Like, you're saying that they don't care.
They don't care. Who?
About the other person. Yeah. I think they still care. There are people around you that still care, right?
Yeah.
They just don't listen to you.
Yeah.
They don't understand you, and that makes you feel lonely.
Yeah. Yeah.
But they still care, you know? It
Gotcha.
can be your mother, and she cares for you, and she loves you. It can
But
be
she
your
doesn't
sister,
understand.
your best friend, whatever. Yeah.
Yeah. I feel
Yeah.
that.
But it's tricky because you can also be both. And I feel
Yeah. Of course, you can be a loner
and
who
alone.
is a lonely. Yeah. Of course.
Yeah.
I feel like these also things sometimes change periodically. You know what I mean? It depends on your
Depending. True.
periods of your life,
Yeah.
your environment, the things that you're going through. Things do happen to people. Like, I'm sure in a time period of my life, I felt lonely, or I was truly lonely. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I'm not that type of person that pays so much attention to that part of my life, whether I'm lonely or alone and things
Because
like that.
you're a
I'm
loner.
too busy doing other things, and it's not a big topic in my life, you know?
But because you are a loner, that's what
Yeah.
I was about to say. Currently, I'm on both ends. But because I am a loner, it doesn't matter to me if I feel a little bit lonely.
Okay.
Because I enjoy my own company. I'm fine. I really worry about people that are not loners, that feel lonely, because
Yes,
they don't know how to control their thoughts. They don't know how to deal with their emotions that way. Where if you are a loner, you already know that you can survive on your own no matter what. You know how to talk to yourself. You know exactly what you need. You understand yourself, not 100%, but to a certain extent. But also, like, yeah, if you're not a loner, it's a trap. Like, it can be as bad as depression, where it gets you to a point that you're like deeply depressed. You don't know how to get out of it because you're not connected with yourself 100%.
Yeah. I'm just trying to think, how do people become loners? You know, I'm trying to find a way, if somebody that is listening does not feel content in spending their time alone, you know, or does not feel
that's because
full, you know, being alone. I feel like for you to be able to discover fullness and joy in spending time alone, maybe, or always finding ways to get yourself out of bad situation by yourself, you know, I think it needs experience. I feel like if you don't experience that you are strong enough, you kind of don't become lonely. Loner. Yeah, you know.
To me, to be honest, I feel like it came from a time that I had to be independent.
Right?
Like, I have to be.
It's like you were pushed to an experience that there is no other way out.
Yeah. And it came from a feeling that I felt lonely for a little bit, and I was like, I can turn this into something that is more helpful. To be honest, now that I'm thinking about it, it is a defending mechanism. You know, like, it's something that you're trying to protect yourself from. So you're like, oh, I'm a loner, not lonely. But I truly believe that with all people, it started as if they felt lonely. And this is the point that you can either go in that rabbit hole that it's, you know, depressing, you're lonely, you don't have anybody around you, or you can choose to know yourself, sit with yourself, and really have the courage to listen to who you are, like your inner voice telling you who you are and exactly what you need. Because a lot of people are scared to know themselves because they know that if they do, they're going to have to give up a lot of things around them.
Or they're going to have to work on themselves to fix the things that they don't like.
Exactly. either that or give up things around them. For you to be a loner, you have to give up on like a lot of things around you. If a specific person you know is not good for you, you're just going to choose your own peace. You're going to choose yourself because you love yourself. You know exactly what you need. But a lot of people are not going to do that because they know that they love the other person more than they love themselves. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And they will always choose other people over sitting with themselves and really doing the work and understanding who they are.
I feel like when I started my YouTube, it was because I was alone, but I didn't feel lonely. I was just alone and I had so much to say, honestly.
Yeah.
So I decided to start YouTube and talk about what I like to share, like especially when I started with makeup and clothing. It's because like if I'm putting makeup, there is so much going on here in my thought, like about the makeup, about me, about what's going on. I'm talking with myself when I'm putting makeup on. Don't think that I'm crazy. I hope you do the same thing. Okay.
A lot of people do. It's
And
fine.
same thing when I'm trying clothes on. I have so many thoughts going on in my head. By the way, whenever I'm doing anything in this life, if I'm not listening to somebody, I'm listening to my head. You know what I mean? So it's just how I started. And honestly, I wasn't hanging out with a lot of my friends because I figured out that they're no use for me. Sorry, but like I'm just gonna say it that way.
I felt useless.
No, it was
No,
during
because
a
we
period
weren't. I know.
It was during a different period in my life. I said when I first started my YouTube.
We weren't even that close.
Yes.
Yeah, we weren't that close.
I would also watch a lot of YouTubers, and I really felt very connected, and I was like, I can do this. I have so much to talk to, about, to a lot of people, and I feel like I'm just different. So why not share the things that are going on in my head with y'all? So that's what I did. But it did come from being lonely because I had to, it's not going outside, so I had to take it out.
That made you, there's
you think about
energy
it,
that you need to let
Take
out.
out.
And knowing you, I know that there are so many thoughts and so many ideas in your brain that you have to share. That's that's the energy that you need to let out.
Honestly, still my favorite type of videos is the videos that I sit down, talk, and do things with my hand. Like that's still my favorite because if you don't let it out, it's really not healthy because you need feedback. You have to. Like as a human being, I think like we are born to have somebody to share our thoughts with. Like it kills you to be alone for a long time. It's very healthy for you to be alone and gather your thoughts and get to know yourself a little bit, but it kills you if you keep it that way for a long time.
That's literally what I wanted it to talk about. Because being alone for too long can really have you doubt yourself, and you start, because you have to think about.
Everybody has good and bad thoughts.
Exactly. I was about to say,
and you have to harvest the good.
You have to think about it like your brain is literally, there is a person that is talking to you that is the confident you know exactly what you want in life. And there's the other part that is like, well, do you really know yourself, And once you sit alone for a little bit of time, that good side of you is always going to be talking to you, that you can do good, always. You can achieve everything that you want. If you sit there for too long, the other side is going to win over. Always. And that's when, in this time of my life, I'm like, literally barely just started the other side to start speaking
the
to
bad
me.
One?
Yeah. And I'm like, hell no.
Yeah, you're not allowing it.
Hell no. Not even for 5 minutes. As soon as I start hearing that other voice, I'm like, I better get up and start doing anything, no matter what. It doesn't matter what I'm doing. I can just go to the grocery store and start buying stuff, and I would feel so much better coming back home. I'm like, I literally shut it down.
Exactly. You just have to know yourself, and that's stepping out into a place that has people. You have to. Even if you're just looking at people, it's just You have to have other thoughts other than your own body, your own
Exactly.
judgment of yourself. You have to change that cycle of thought. So if you spend a lot of time alone, healthy for you, good for you, you have to know yourself when to break that alone time and go out in public, do things in a community that you see other people that can take those thoughts away from you. Looking outside the box. It's time to look outside the box. You can't just keep looking inside the box.
Yeah.
Forever.
In Arabic, we actually have a saying that says "Jannah bidun nas ma tindas," which means
Heaven.
You wouldn't step a foot in a heaven that has no people in it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's heaven is the best thing in this world, right?
Yeah.
But if there isn't people in it, you wouldn't want it.
Yeah.
And it's the same. Life is the same thing. Being a loner, it's cute, it's cool, you know.
And it's coming from people that like to spend time alone. It's
Yeah.
not coming from people that always go out.
Exactly.
And about. No, it's coming from me. I know that, and it's a fact. Like if I spend so much time alone, it start turning gray, and then if I let it be, it can be very black and stained. But if I break it and know exactly when to break it, oh, it's La La Land 24/7. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
It's healthy.
And like we also are very like strong mentally, where we know exactly how to get out of it. There are people that don't know how to, and it gets to a
like
point.
It's normal.
And it gets to the point that they're depressed for 10, 15, 20 years, basically half of their life.
Breaking the cycle.
And they're not. And once it gets to that point, trust me, it gets so hard. I'm not going to lie. Sometimes I judge people like that. I'm like, how are you not that strong to just break the cycle and get out of your comfort zone? But sometimes I really do have the sympathy to just understand that it's not them by that time. It's really their mind 100% controlling them. Because if you don't take the decision from the first 15, 20 minutes, that's it. The first day, let's say, that's it. You're really like messing up how you are thinking. And it's still, in my situation, if I have it for a full day, like those thoughts, it affects me for the next like 2-3 weeks. You know what I mean? Like it takes me so much longer to get rid of the thoughts than consuming them. Because 2 seconds you can create a whole fucking negative thought in your brain, but it takes you months to get rid of it. So you just have to be careful on when to actually understand it's like very dangerous to go through these holes, and just break the cycle and get out of it as soon as possible. And you really don't need people around you to tell you to do that. So if you are a loner and you feel lonely, you don't need people around you to listen to you and to understand you, because you already understand yourself. But it becomes harder when you're not a loner and you feel lonely.
Yeah, I don't
You
know
can't
what
help
to say
yourself.
about that, honestly. If you are not a loner and you feel lonely,
Yeah.
I would say, I don't know. I'm not a loner. You know, I'm definitely a loner. So I don't know. Like, I really don't know. I've always been a loner. Like, ever since I was a kid, I spent so much time with my cousins, but I still had time for myself.
Yeah.
Like, I'm always doing something with other people, but I still have some hours with me and myself alone.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I even used to do adventures alone, like just by myself, and then let other people come on this secret adventure.
So you would say you were born a loner.
Yes, but I always liked to be surrounded by other people. Don't get me wrong. I love being alone, but as much as I love being alone, I love to spend time with other people sometimes.
But you don't believe that you were at some point lonely and then you became a loner? Or you just believe that you were born that way?
I don't
as
think
a
I felt
personality trait?
When I felt lonely, it's only when it comes out of boredness of being alone.
Yeah.
You know, I feel lonely. That's it. Only because I'm bored. Not, okay, yes, I did everything that I can do with myself. Now I'm bored. I feel lonely. If I don't find anything to do or nobody to spend time with, or like sometimes you just cloudy in your head, so you just don't think clear, and you feel like, oh my god, I just don't have anybody. So you think that you don't have anybody, but there are people around you, but you just feel lonely,
Yeah.
But also that's during a period in my life I feel like it happened. But I don't know, I don't have a lot of memories of myself feeling lonely. No.
Interesting.
It's very rare for me to say that I feel lonely.
Um, for me, when I was 8, I felt like I there was something that was happening during that time, and I felt that I was lonely, but I was very independent. I was born to be independent.
Yeah.
So at that time, I was like, I either, let it go bad or have it be me, myself, and I, just a little mini me time. And I started, just like understanding myself a little bit, a little bit. Of course, I was a kid. I was not understanding what I was doing, but I was just like trying my best to not make myself feel like I'm lonely, because that idea in my head was very negative.
Yeah.
Still till today, I can never see being lonely as a positive thing.
Yeah, same. Same. It's not good to be lonely. No, no,
Yeah.
no. It's definitely not, because it's a feeling. Loneliness is, it could be, it's not just a feeling. It could be a fact, but I don't wish it to nobody, because it's not good to be lonely.
Yeah, it's horrible.
I'm sure there are people in this world who are hella lonely and they've tried everything in their life. They just are surrounded by an environment that is not helping, people that are not helping. Like they're just in bad situations all the time with people. Yes, I do, and I feel bad for you that you are feeling lonely. But all I say that there is still possible for a lonely person to find joy in being alone. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah,
It's still possible.
I agree with you. It's just that taking the first step of listening to yourself. That's it. That's all it takes. But taking that step takes a lot of courage. Like, don't get me wrong, it's not easy to do. But you just really need to decide within yourself that you need to understand who you are, and you need to be content of your own company.
Yeah.
But it's a big decision. Like I said, like you said, sorry, that we are both loners. So to us, it's like it comes natural, it's easy.
Yeah.
But we also don't know how people that have been dealing with that for 10 years.
Yeah, it's
are
really
feeling.
not beautiful. It's not la la land. It's not nice to not have people to listen
Yeah.
to your things and care about what you're saying, but that's just life, and life is not easy. That could be a struggle in your life, yet you don't have other struggles. It could be something that is easy for other people and they never feel lonely, yet they have other issues. Nobody's life is perfect.
Yeah, it's
so
not
if you
yeah.
have a problem of you feeling lonely, deal with it basically. And other people have bigger fishes to fry, to be honest with you. So
Yeah, but you always, like, that's,
it's not minimizing the
Yeah,
problem. I'm
yeah.
not trying to minimize the problem. I'm just trying to be realistic that each person has a problem. If you
Yeah.
feel like your problem is loneliness, other people have a different problem. So by you thinking that loneliness is the biggest problem, you're minimizing other people. That's why I feel like if you are lonely and you know you're feeling lonely, deal with it, because other people have other problems that they are also dealing with. Nobody
yeah.
is 100% happy. Happiness is a state of mind.
It's not percentages.
yes, yes.
you get it one day, you don't get it the next day, and you move
Exactly,
on and you go about
exactly.
your day. It's fine.
Exactly.
But you
So-
also have to be very careful about knowing if there aren't people around you that are listening to you, or you are not allowing people to be there for you. Sometimes we push people away when they need to help us, thinking that we are very independent and that we can do it ourselves.
That's true too.
That can be very, very harming, and you can lose a lot of potential friendships and relationships by just literally
Being
pushing, closed off, and not giving other people the chance to get close to you and to help you. You have to know the balance of that. I'm not saying that I'm mastering that. I still struggle at that, but at least I see myself now allowing myself to be around people, to be around other friends,
noticing if you're doing that or not. You have to. This is why education about human thoughts is a little bit important, because it allows you to think about the way you think, because you know there is a possibility of you not thinking the right way or not thinking a good way in your life, because there is no bad way and good way, but it's a way that is not helping you in your life, a way that is not benefiting you. For you to notice that, you have to be educated about it. You have to know that it exists. You have to see it happening to other people or hearing about it for you to understand. So this is why I also think that people need to get a little bit of education on how human things, like philosophies kind of stuff. It's really fun to either read or watch, honestly. But it helps you understand where your thoughts are coming from, and it can help you also to how to deal with your thoughts, because the brain is you can control it, and some people are not able to control it. They need medications, of course, and we all know that there is exception to this rule, but most people can really control their thoughts, just like our actions. There are exceptions to the rule, I know, but you can control your thoughts and your actions by being a little bit more knowledgeable of how to maneuver those thoughts. And it doesn't come easy. I'm not saying none of it is easy. Nothing that I'm saying that we could be doing to better ourselves is easy. Not to me, not to a lot of people. It could come with people. Some people are born like fighters, bro. Some people are born savages and fighters, and they can do everything that you give them. Some people are not. And that's just life.
That's part of you understanding yourself. Part of you understanding yourself, understanding your abilities, and being okay with it, Like, some people are, very emotional, and they are crybabies and whatever, and they try to be so tough, and that actually hurts them and make them like feel that they are because not expressing themselves, and they get into depression.
In situations.
Exactly.
Like, if you're not open about it, it's only gonna be worse for you, because people are gonna think, oh, okay, you think you're tough? Let me give you something tougher.
Exactly.
And tougher and tougher. So you're gonna be put in tougher situations. Just be open about it.
Know your limits, and it's fine. If you're a crybaby, you're a crybaby. If you're tough, you're tough. Don't try to be something that you're not.
Yeah.
And that once you get to that point, you're gonna understand how to deal with your emotions and how to actually feel the sympathy for others as well.
If you feel lonely, tell yourself, yes, I do feel lonely. Let me see why I feel lonely,
and fix it.
And try to work on that. Like, why are you getting this thought? How lonely? In what way you feel lonely? You have to be very specific about your feelings, honestly, because then you're just making it hard for yourself. You really have to be finding why and how and where, because you can feel lonely in just one way, like, oh, I feel lonely maybe let's say if you are the only sibling, the only kid the only sibling if you are the only kid and basically all your cousins have brothers and sisters, you might feel lonely in that way. You could be the only friend that doesn't have a best friend, you could be feeling that way. You could be the only girl that is not married. You could be the only girl that is not. There are so many ways to feel lonely and not having somebody to connect with or understand you, or there are so many ways to feel lonely. That's why I find it like you just have to pick exactly where you feel lonely and work on it, because it's a feeling.
It's you. You gotta fix
And
it.
if it's a fact, then just change your circle.
Yeah.
I'm not saying it's easy again. It's hard. You just have to know.
But that's part of being a loner. I really recommend for every single person in this world to try to be a loner, because you learn how to
But always,
cut things off when they don't benefit you anymore, or they really drain your energy.
that's true. I see where you're coming from. Because if you're a loner, if you feel lonely, you'd be like, no, 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 no. That's
Yeah.
a thought. I'm alone and I'm thinking that I'm a lonely person, but that's just a thought. Let me break that cycle. Because
Exactly.
you're a loner and you know how to fight those bad thoughts. I agree with you. It's very good to be a loner. But if you're not a loner, I don't know what to do.
Yeah, that's like, to me, honestly, I don't understand some people in my life. I still have them and I love them and everything, but they just don't know how to be alone. And when I say that I'm like, we're sitting down or whatever, and I'm like, I'm overstimulated. I need to get out of here. Like, I need to be by myself.
Like literally, I
They
can
don't
just sit in
understand.
the car and recharge.
Yeah, yeah. They don't understand. I get called crazy for doing this by people in my life because they don't not know how to be alone. And to me, that is insane. Like, imagine that you have to be surrounded by people until you go to sleep. You wake up and then you do the exact same thing.
This life ain't for me.
I could never. Like, I swear to God, if I go out, I went out this weekend, I'm pretty much sure I'm going to be by myself this whole upcoming 5 days until next weekend.
This is why it's
The
healthy.
only way.
Like, it's really healthy to do it
Yeah.
that way. You have 5 days, 3 days, 4 days for yourself, and the rest you can spend here and there with other people. That's healthy. If you don't have people, then you just attend events. Like, there are just so many ways
things
to
by
really
yourself,
break
yeah.
the
Have
cycle.
fun.
Like, no, it's not acceptable. I'm just talking to you as a friend, and I'm telling you that if you are close to me, I would just tell you, do your best to change the way that you think.
Yeah.
Really, because, and I know it's not easy for a lot of people, and I know some people need medications for that, but as a friend, I would just recommend that to a lot of, like, because that's what I tell myself. So
Yeah.
why would I not, like, that's the best advice I can give myself anytime I'm feeling lonely, or lonely, let's say, because our topic is lonely. So every time I'm feeling lonely, I'm like, it's just a thought. You know how to break this, deal with it.
Yeah.
So-
Exactly.
Or change your friends, because if you have real friends, you shouldn't feel lonely. To be
That's
honest with you,
not-
I'm sorry, guys, but if you really have good friends, you shouldn't feel lonely. You shouldn't.
No, that's not true.
I mean, if it's a feeling that you're feeling, you feeling, I don't know, but
Sometimes it's not true, because sometimes you don't want
to open up.
to open up,
yeah.
or you don't want to be a burden, or you don't want to waste their time, because sometimes people think like that. And that's when you feel lonely, even though you know that the people that are in your life are willing to go off, on, and beyond
Oh, okay.
to make you feel better. You know what I
Okay,
mean?
sorry, I take it back.
Yeah, yeah, it depends. It depends, because sometimes you are the problem, not really them.
Yeah, true,
It's
true.
me.
Again, find the problem and fix it. I think that's it.
I'm the problem. It's me.
It's me.
Yeah.
That's Taylor, right? Taylor Swift.
Yeah.
Swifty's gonna be happy
Oh,
that you
yes.
sang for them.
Good.
You
good
brought
for
her up.
that. No, I'm not a Swiftie, but good for y'all.
Yeah. I don't care for nobody.
Yeah. I honestly don't.
Yeah.
And it is, you know how I cared for J. Cole? No.
I never cared for nobody, so
Yeah.
I
It's not
understand.
like I cared, but like I loved him. Like, he is my favorite artist. Now I don't say that.
She's
The
like,
people,
I am with nobody.
yeah, there are way more people that I should really love and care for, rather than people that, to be honest. Not to say anything, I still love his music and love his art, but that's it. Anyways, going back to lonely.
Going back to lonely.
To lonely.
Have you met people who are lonely?
Yeah, I have people in my life that are lonely and not loners. And to me, I am an empath. So every time I'm around them, I'm trying to fix the situation and trying. Bob the Builder, yeah. But it's like not any people. It's people that I care
that
for.
are worth the energy.
Exactly. 100% worth my entire time.
Yeah.
I try my best, but I came to the realization, sadly, that I can't do anything.
Yeah, you can't change people unless they want to change.
Yeah, I really, and after so many tries and like, you know,
yeah,
I can't. I'm capable of doing anything because no matter how I want to, like you said, the other person is not cooperating at all.
Yeah.
So you also have to know your limits on when to stop helping, because like you will still help, but like you have to know your limits.
You just know your limits of, okay, no matter how hard I push, nothing is moving. You gotta know your limits.
Yeah.
Because you can't just use up your energy in a wrong place. You gotta save it for the right place.
Yeah. Or not to say that I gave up. I would still try, but
just different ways, hopefully.
Different ways, yeah. And less amount that I used to. But yeah. Do you?
I only know like older family members who are, I believe, lonely and alone and everything. But and they're not in their right head, so I see the negative side of being alone and lonely.
Yeah.
That's why I always also push myself to step away from the bad thoughts. Oh, I'm lonely. No, you're not. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
For me. But do I have close relationships with somebody who is lonely and alone? No, I really don't. Most people around me are similar to me. Like people in my path right now are kind of similar to me. Even my siblings, very similar. They're loners, but they also like to spend time with other people. Like you, my friends, you know, a lot of people in my life are fine with that. Yeah, on both ends. Yeah. Did I meet friends who are lonely? Yes, and they're usually very quiet too. Like for me, the loneliest person that I've met, it was definitely they're not opening up to nobody. So it was that kind of situation.
Yeah.
So I wasn't even being able to be close to them, you know, because they never open up to nobody. So
yeah.
No, I never had close connection with somebody who's lonely.
That's good.
Yeah.
That is good.
I don't have superficial relationships.
What do you mean?
Superficial, like I don't keep up with people who are superficial in their relationships with me. Like if they don't open up, I know can't, like, you know, just.
But that's not being superficial. That's what I'm like. It's different. It's not being superficial. It's
from strangers.
They can be the realest people ever that you'll ever meet. You just never got the chance. They never gave you a chance to be in their life. They're not superficial. They're just not open about.
Yeah, I'm talking about the relationship superficial. I'm not talking about the person being superficial.
Oh, okay, never mind. I'm sorry.
Being superficial.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. It's a bit.
It's a different topic. I feel like we never talked about it, and I feel like it's very special to different people.
Yeah, because like you, at the end of the day, you have to be very sensitive about how other people are feeling or viewing it, because like we said, we're blessed. We are loners. We really are very blessed. If you're not, I know it's 10,000 times harder to feel that way, to feel lonely, compared to someone that's a loner. But
I always find ways. Trust me, there are always ways. No matter how hard the situation is, there are always ways to take yourself out, to break the cycle, to get to know yourself, to find joy in things that usually you do not enjoy doing. It's just there are always ways.
It's just the first step.
Nothing is impossible. Nothing in this world is impossible.
Literally, just the first step is the hardest, and then after that, everything falls into place. So
Yeah.
it's your choice. You need to make that choice. Hopefully, by listening to us, if anybody out there that is not a loner, that feels lonely, kind of gets a wake up call to really sit with themselves and understand where he or she is coming from and who they are. And literally after that, trust me, everything is going to be fine. You're not alone. You're not lonely. You're just around the wrong people. That's it.
Or you're not.
Or you are the reason.
Yeah, you're not opening up.
Yeah.
So many ways, honestly. There are so many ways that leads you to feeling lonely, but you just have to also know yourself and see where they're coming from for you to be able to find a solution. You can't just find a solution for something that you don't know the problem, you know? You got to know the problem to find the solution. It's not the other way around.
True.
I don't know. I like spending time alone. So I'm a loner. I love it. So that's me. Really, that's me. It's a little bit weird, but I feel like most people in today's world, not most, I don't know the percentage, but I feel like a lot of people are on that part where they like being alone. They're content being alone.
Yeah.
They find joy in being alone, because we grew, like, if you think about it, the new generation, it grew up kind of alone, you know.
Yeah.
They find joy on their phones, you know. They find joy watching
but that's the horrible part that I was talking about earlier.
Because
you need to understand. Yeah, you need to understand that there are two different things. Phone and all of this new stuff, it can get you into a rabbit hole that you cannot get yourself out of.
But also,
you need real connections. You need real people that you talk to, that you listen, that you see the emotions on their faces, so you feel that.
But also, there are people who are very happy. They don't feel alone. They don't feel lonely, who don't have nobody but their phones in today's world.
That's very hard for me to imagine, believe.
But I feel like you're going to see it more in the future. You're going to see people who don't feel lonely.
But then go back to the same point. For me, I truly believe
real life connections.
Heaven without people is nothing.
Yeah, same.
I do
believe that, but I think I have personally met people. I don't know if they're lonely or not, but they seem okay.
But that might be a facade.
Seem okay. Yeah, exactly. They seem okay. Even though I know that they don't have people, but again, it was a superficial relationship, so I really
you would never know. Feel. Yeah. What is, just to switch it up so it's a bit more freshy. What is the most thing that you enjoy doing alone?
Beauty things. I like to take care of myself, like basically self-care stuff. I like cooking alone. I like cleaning alone. What else? Sometimes I do like walking alone, and sometimes, not all the time, I like working out alone as well, like not having anybody to talk to, you know, just me doing my own thing. I like to do a lot of things alone, to be honest with you.
The list goes on.
If I kept saying, I'm like, yeah, but I enjoy these things.
Yeah.
How about you?
I enjoy making art alone, and I don't like to share it, even though I'm doing it now. But I really would love to just have it for myself. I enjoy the heck out of it. And even the things that I share, it's things that I'm okay with sharing. You know, I don't care showing it.
Yeah.
But I really, really enjoy just making art by myself, at home, being weird and just doing my thing. I enjoy traveling by myself. I love to travel by myself. I just switch on a whole different person. Love it. I love eating by myself. Like discovering a new small restaurant. I love to go out in public by myself. I love to go to museums alone. Depending on the person that I'm with, most of the people that I went with in the museum, they don't have the same vision as me, and it just gets me very bored. I'm like, get the hell out of here. I don't want to be here with you. Sorry, but that's the truth.
She's not open to hearing other people's opinions.
No,
She does not care. She only has one POV.
you're-
Only her point of view.
You're making me sound like a dictator.
I mean, you just said it. I'm
No.
gonna go to the museum with you, but if
No.
you don't have the point of view that I have, then
That's
I don't
not-
want you here.
Listen, I hate. Listen, let me get it
What
right.
is that?
What I meant is I hate going to a museum and then someone making fun of an art piece.
Okay,
Don't
gotcha.
do that.
Yeah, it's
No
not-
matter how the art piece looks.
or like, what is this?
messed up.
I could do that. I'm like,
Exactly. There was one time a full painting with a blue color that was royal blue, very beautiful. The whole painting was just painted that. Someone was like, "Oh, just that, like I can make that." I'm like, "Don't say that."
I used to do that all the time, by the way.
Oh, well, good to know.
Anything that
Never
I see,
taking you.
anything that I see is like, are you kidding me? I'm like, oh my God, what is this? Oh my God, what is... I'm very judgmental, but I don't care what people think.
It's
And
just
your
if you're with
point,
me,
you do care about what other people think.
No,
I don't.
listen, not that point. I just hate disrespecting art. Don't disrespect it. You are in a sacred space
But also,
that only exhibit art, nothing else. You better respect
let me
it.
tell you, people respect and disrespect art. That's what people do. Art is meant for judgment. Art is created
I'm
for
not
people to judge.
I'm not saying judgment. You can't judge it. You can judge it. I'm saying you cannot disrespect it. Judging and disrespecting is two different.
Disrespecting is like you're messing up the art, not just saying your opinion.
Like
Your
you're
opinion is-
literally just saying downplaying the artist and what they did, as in like it shouldn't be here. It should not be in a museum. You don't
That's an
decide what
opinion,
should
yeah,
be and not be in a museum. You know, you can judge it. You can just be like, well, this color could have been that and that could have been this. And you can critique it. That's critique, not judging. Critiquing is different, right? You critique my stuff all the time and it's fine. But if somebody comes up to me and they say like, this is not art, who are you to judge if I'm an artist or not? Please.
Yeah. I hate that.
Art is everything
art.
around
Yeah,
us.
yeah.
God is an artist. Everything is art around us. If the God, the creator, did this whole art piece, then everything within it is art.
I
So
agree. I don't like it when people say this is not art because
Yeah.
art is very
broad. It's
exactly.
everything around us.
It can
So
be anything.
but yeah, it's that I enjoy to eat out alone. I really do.
She mentioned to say that twice.
Yes, and I'm gonna say it a third time. I enjoy to eat out alone. I love it,
Okay.
especially if it's sushi. And I like to go to the movies alone too. That's weird as hell,
Yeah.
but I do. I really do. Especially if it's like the chair that you sleep on. Just
Nice.
chilling with my little blanket. Yeah, also the list goes on. That's it. A bunch of
Everything.
shit. Shopping alone. Oh my God, I love doing that. Because
Shopping
nobody's
alone?
bothering me and telling me this does not look good on you. This doesn't, I just get whatever I want.
Yeah, I do that online. I feel like I do a lot of things from my same location.
From
Like the
home.
world revolves.
Around you for sure. Baby girl, what are you talking
That's
about?
hilarious, but like honestly, like now you're talking about movies. When did the last time I go to a movie? I always watch my movies either on airplanes or home.
I feel like last time it was us when we went to that one movie. Remember together?
I probably believe you.
Yeah.
The last time I've been
Because
to
I
the
have
movies,
never seen you say that you went to the movie theater.
I rarely go to the movie theater. I rarely shop in person unless I need something today. If Amazon cannot get it to me today, I'm gonna go on my feet
Lordy
and get
Lord.
it today.
Yeah.
Groceries I always do on my feet alone. Honestly,
Yeah. I love it. It's
groceries alone is different. I like doing groceries alone.
It's dangerous though.
Why?
Because there is not a single person to stop you from getting all the unnecessary shit.
Oh no, I'm very good at that.
Okay, yeah, I'm
yeah.
very bad at grocery
Because
shopping.
I'm the
I get
person
all
who
the
cleans
unnecessary.
the fridge, and if I
Okay.
find something sitting there, it's just like, oh, you did that mistake. So I just
Makes sense.
I tried.
I clean it too sometimes, but I'm a really bad person with grocery shopping. I just get all the unnecessary things first, and then I look for the things that I actually needed.
No, most of my groceries, if you look at it, is veggies and fruits. Most.
I go to the juices. That's the first thing that I have to get.
Juice.
And then snacks. And then fruits. I love fruits. And then meat, of course.
Yeah.
And then after that, whatever
I start with veggies and fruits first. And then go.
Yeah, I don't know why. I just go straight up to juices.
That I go to.
Yeah,
But they also put the juices at the beginning sometimes.
No, Trader Joe's is different. It's all the way to the back, and I just boom.
Okay, so you go to the back, then to the front.
Yeah.
No, for me, I start.
I'm a Trader Joe's girl.
Yeah, she like them hoes.
I did not want to say that, but I really do call it Trader Hoes. Me and my friends call it Trader Hoes.
They be trading hoes somewhere.
Somewhere out there. Don't know about that, but
that's hilarious.
I hope not, because I don't want to support that. But
it's happening.
Joe's is trading hoes. Maybe.
Exactly.
Well,
I think we're talking too much.
I think I'm drained.
We're going off the rail.
I'm a bit drained.
Yeah.
I gotta go and be by myself. So
no, if we keep going, we might go somewhere.
Yes, and we don't want to bother Joe.
No. Let Joe sleep.
The only Joe I want to bother
is one Joe.
Joe Biden.
They know who Joe you're talking about.
Love you. Not really. I love my audience. I don't love you.
Thank you guys for being here and listening to our lonely and alone time.
Yes.
Episode. It's a nice episode. I have fun.
Loner.
I hope you did.
Yes, I really did too. I enjoyed it. And yeah.
I'm going to go enjoy the weather before it rains again. Really.
It's not even that sunny. The sun is barely peeking out, but
it's coming out. She's coming out. I see her.
Yeah. We love you guys and we wish you the best. Please listen to us and listen to us next week. We're going to have a fun thing.
Love you. See you next week.
Bye-byes.
Bye-bye.